Candy Crush. Moving gems around, breaking colored gems. I love it. Again, it's pay to win. The more money you sink into it, the more characters you can summon, the higher chance you'll get the better characters, etc., etc. All right? Got me that gotcha. I love it. Got me that gotcha. Begging for fucking tips and shit on street. Gotcha. Got me that gotcha. Thanks for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore, all right? Even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right?
Now what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's going to be acidity from tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
and then
tart and it's acid and nothing else. Alright, so now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian life. Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. banana. I need banana. Tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight.
Because you're not rich and you're not famous and you're not this and you're not that. You had an opportunity to be, but you blew it all. And I said, well, oh well. I'm proud of that. I guess I'm proud to be a loser.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy life. I'll be the for thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy on level 1. Level 1. Married happily, paycheck to paycheck happily, meaningful relationship, meaningful life with a family. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. Tomorrow, if I stop streaming, I would not be able to get a job. So it would be the end of my life. But outside of that, everything else is good in my life. You know what I mean? So I'll be the guy on level 1. I streamed myself masturbating. I'll be the guy life. I'll be the for thousands of children. I'll be the guy on level 1.
You're still on mission 1.
I'll be the guy. I'll be the thousands of children.
When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. Big up, Skeeter Cat. And I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person.
Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer.
Big up Skeeter Cat.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
This one's for all my baby girls.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
This one's for all my baby girls.
And it starts to click, you know, if someone just keeps saying sorry when they do something, they're not really apologizing, right? If apologizing isn't just words, it's I will not do this thing again because I feel bad about it. If you keep doing the thing, it's not actually an apology.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words.
You have no respect. Do you value money more than our friendship?
But that's the way of them saying, we want nothing to do with Phil at all moving forward. Let's make up a bunch of shit or twist a bunch of shit to make him sound bad because everyone hates him now anyway on the internet. So let's make him look like the villain so everyone will believe it, and we'll just be washing our hands of the whole situation and we never have to deal with him ever again. And you know what? Look what's happened. Literally, no one bugs them anymore. Nothing. It's all, they're completely washed. The hands are clean.
You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words. It's I will not do this thing
You
again
have no respect.
because I feel bad about it.
He watches too much WWE. John starts getting text messages at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. That means it's like 2 o'clock in the morning there. So now, when you start reading them, you start looking at it, and it doesn't make any sense why he's even texting. And it's not even coherent. So you start wondering if the guy was, like, if he's been drinking and texting.
I actually admitted this last year. I'll say it again. I actually do play some mobile games. I do. All right. The ones that I play are free to play or incredibly inexpensive. Like you spend $1 here or there to make progress.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Got me that. Gotcha.
Hello, everyone. We are here. This is ALT Insider here. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by many guests as usual, as always. And I'm going to start with our first. I can hear. Hold on. As you can tell, Sam is not here. So I'm struggling to make sure this works without any hiccup. And I think I am. Hello. It starts. Oh, God. Hello, Meerkat.
Am I here now?
Yes, you are.
Yes. Hey, I'm back. This is me. I'm kind of sick today, but I think that's because I've been watching DSP clips and he makes me fucking sick. But let's talk about it and stuff.
Yes, definitely. Please, we need to do this. And I want to talk to our usual logical style host. Goes by the name of Steve of the Dead. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm very positive today. You're doing well. So
no, I'm not.
Don't worry. You've got it. You've got it, man. I believe in you.
Yes. And next, let's go to our special guest, Aqua Teal, the legend. How you feeling? Pretty good. Actually, I'm not pretty good because I'm 0% confident that the right now. So I'm going to ask Meerkat to explain normal things we do here. Well, I'll do some behind the scenes action. Meerkat, give me 2 minutes.
Also known as, you want me to stall, basically?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we talk about this online personality by the name of Philip Burnell. Now, Philip Burnell, back in 2009, he was laid off his helicopter company, which made him want to become a YouTube channel and upload videos to the internet. After which he made a semi-successful YouTube channel, and then it was all down the toilet, and now he's a joke, and we make fun of him. You can also give us money. This is also something that I should mention, in the forms of tips and super chats and all kinds of contributions. And I guess with this, my stalling has exhausted himself. But I could also repeat myself if we still need to waste some more time.
Okay, I think we're okay, except for the Aqua Teal's audio. So Aqua Teal, give me one moment here. 1 second. I really hate
we had
myself.
a soundbox where we could play like a drum roll or something.
Now, Phil Burnell was born in 1982.
Oh, man. I love this. I truly love this. Hold on. Meerkat, keep talking.
This week, he played some video games, such as the Callisto Protocol, the newly game that just came out and got panned by critics, and he was very salty about it. We're going to talk about that. He also played Call of Duty Warzone 2 and didn't get tips, and we're also going to talk about that.
Isn't Callisto Protocol the spiritual successor to Dead Space?
It is.
I have heard that from a reputable source.
Okay, guys, this is not working out. I'm going to be honest. I think we're going to have to go back to a much simpler system and come back because I'm hearing like 18 versions of myself. I have no clue what the chat can hear, and this is a mess. Meerkat, do you agree to these conditions?
I mean, sure, yeah, I'm cool with whatever. Let's go.
All right, we'll be right back. This is the worst ever. Sam, if you don't do a show anymore, we just don't do a show. So
a bit of math is judging this stream right now. Judging. They have audio.
I want to shoot myself. I want to shoot myself. Can you hear this, internet? I want to shoot. Okay, we're good. That was just a joke, by the way. I don't want to shoot myself. We're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Legends, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense, laughs, funny, normal intro. Now we're here. I want to say, cerebral style host, Steve of the Dead. How you feeling?
Bewildered.
Artistic style host Meerkat, please introduce yourself again for the people that are just coming in for this amazing stream.
Darkside Phil was born in 1982. Okay, we're back. Let's start talking about stuff before everything falls apart again. We gotta go offline.
Yes, I don't want that to happen. This is what happens when Sam is not here. That's never happening again. Let me tell you about that. This is never happening again. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Sounds like we're all good now. Okay, Authentic Podcast is here. I'm hearing that. Everything is excited about Aqua Teal. I am too. I don't be too quiet here. Aqua Teal. Finally, the legend, the one and only Aqua Teal. How you feeling? Sorry about this botched intro, by the way. It's such a disrespectful act for the host to do. I really apologize for this. How you feeling, Aqua Teal?
I'm feeling okay. It's okay. ALT, like shit happens, you know. It's good.
Thank you for understanding. It's not my fault. It's Sam's fault. Still, I say. I did everything correct. I did everything correct.
It's Blooper's fault.
Yeah.
Every disaster stream is Blooper's fault.
You never told me what to do. Okay, just kidding. We're back in action here.
How am I streaming? You still haven't told.
Okay, for fun here. I thought it's a fun game at least for us to do. And this is the game. Really quick. I'm going to tell you a sentence from one of Phil's tweets. And I'm also going to tell you how many words he did in all caps. You tell me what words he put in all caps. Sound good? We all understand the rules here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we'll start with an easy one for Meerkat here. It's an easy one. I have 4 of these. So we'll start with an easy one for Meerkat. Everyone can just, get in the groove here. Here's the sentence. It's finally time to save Gotham and see how it ends. It's finally time to save Gotham and see how it ends. There are 2 uppercased words in this sentence, Meerkat. What do you think was uppercased in the sentence, it's finally time to save Gotham and see how it ends? Go ahead.
Finally and ends.
So you got a 50% correct here. The correct answer was, it's finally time to save Gotham and see how it ends. But that was a very good guess on your part. Steve of the Dead here. Here's the sentence. It was a mix of raging at lag and kicking butt. It was a mix of raging at lag and kicking butt. 2 words were uppercase in this one. One more time. It was a mix of raging at lag and kicking butt. Go ahead.
I think like last time the 2 are going to be next to each other, so I think it's kicking butt.
You are correct, sir. That is correct answer. Kicking butt. It's a mix of raging at lag and kicking butt. Hardest one I say for you, Aqua Teal. Hope you're ready for this.
Oh no.
There's only 1 word uppercased in this sentence. Which one is it?
Okay.
Join me for 2 hours of blasting my way to kill streaks, victories, and of course, rage. One word. Join me for 2 hours. You are correct. I set you up there. You are correct. It was rage. It was rage. Now, this is the hardest one. This is for the group. Okay, so I want you to come up with a group answer here. There are 3 uppercase words. There are 3 uppercase words in the following sentence. Reminder that tonight's stream is a second premiere dose of the Callisto Protocol. Reminder that tonight's late stream is a second premiere dose of the Callisto Protocol. Not trying to give away the answer there. I tried to say as much as I could, uppercase. 3 words are uppercase in that.
Yeah, I like that you were trying to emphasize everything just to like obfuscate the answer. Very well done.
So, reminder that tonight's late stream is a second premiere dose of the Callisto Protocol. Go ahead. 3
I'm going to say
words.
second.
Okay, second is Aqua Teal's entry. Steve and Meerkat, we need 2 more.
I'm going to say reminder.
It's
very important.
Yeah, I think premiere.
All right, so this is a 66% right here. It was actually second premiere dose was uppercase. So you could have went a lot of ways with that. I agree that reminder is usually one he goes with, but it appears that often, now that I was kind of doing a little research on this, he likes to keep them together a lot. So he has like, okay, this is my uppercase section, but there is always the fucking random ones where it's just like a reminder or all. I love that one. But anyways, we are here in celebration.
Before we move on, briefly, before we move on,
yes.
Can I guess that all 4 of those are punctuated with an exclamation mark?
Oh, yeah, don't even ask. Don't even ask. Yes, of course. Every single fucking sentence he does has to be an uppercase. Has to be an exclamation point.
There was also this theory, I guess we could say, that he got inspired to make this style of tweets from the Champions Twitter, where they also do things in the same way, with the random capitalized words and the marketing slogans and all those weird terms such as goodness. Goodness is another term he loves to use. It's embarrassing. I hate it. But yeah, just wanted to mention.
And no, my favorite is.
Oh, actually, speaking of, very briefly, inspired by our intro music, I actually picked psychological style, and there are 2 results, and I hate you for that. I hate that I know those exist, because I was hoping that you would splice psychological and style, and he had never said psychological style horror, and he said it twice. So
psychological style horror, the classic.
It hurt to find out. Yeah.
Sadly, the styles are slowing down in usage, but they're still happening. When they happen now, they're special. I think that's the best part. But let's get to our amazing guest here, Aqua Teal. Obviously, everyone watching us knows exactly what you do, but I'll remind them anyway. One of the best clip channels there is. No nonsense, no BS. You give us the highlights that we need to know for that day or that week or whatever, and you're doing a great service. So first I want to say thank you for your hard work, Aqua Teal. That is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for anybody who watches my stuff.
Yes, I think a lot of us do, obviously. And I got to know the classic question here. What got you into this crazy world that is DSP, Aqua Teal?
Oh, boy. I just started when I like my clip channel started out. I was just gonna do This Is How You Don't Play a Yakuza 7. That's how it started out. And I'm just like, okay, he's saying stupid shit. I might as well clip this, and it just evolved from there, basically.
Awesome. And I gotta know, what's your workflow like? Like, I mean, it might take you watching everything, but I can't imagine you watching everything, or are you, Aqua Teal? Let us know.
No. Like, during the week, I'm at work during his pre-streams, so that's why during the week you get pre-streams with no chat on it, because I'm at work usually then. So
okay.
But on the night streams, basically the last few clips, especially the inhaler clip, that was actually somebody in my comments section pointing stuff out. Like, they'll say, "Hey, go get this." Like, DSP said this, go get it. Like, the inhaler clip was one of those instances where I was reading a comment, and I'm like, what's he talking about? And I was talking to Forbidden Math, and he's like, yeah, there was a clip on her Twitter earlier where he was freaking out about an inhaler and saying wrong shit. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I I got the clip,
Yeah, okay. So it's more like a group. You get some tips, I guess, to what you should need to be posting.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what other, it's kind of tough to make your stuff unique. But you do manage to be, okay, that's an Aqua Teal clip. I can tell right away. Is that something you kind of think about to make kind of your brand? You worry about, like, I want this to be known as an Aqua Teal clip? Or what's your feelings on that?
Well, at first it was just straight clips. But then I kind of evolved over time. I started adding the chat. And then I started adding, the likes and the time and stamps and everything. And it was just, over time, it just evolved. And especially after my first channel got struck down by Superhound, I started making the clips more distinct and unique, so he has no case to strike me, like, you know. So it's kind of a result of that. Like my more recent clips are just basically a result of Superhound not wanting to. I don't want Superhound to strike me, basically.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you about that Superhound nonsense. I mean, how did that come about? Was it just all of a sudden they say they strike you enough and you're just gone, or is there any kind of recourse you have for that, or how does that work?
Well, I lost my first channel because he struck my channel. Well, and it wasn't just me he was targeting. He was targeting all the clip channels. Except for Forbidden Math for some reason. But he was going around striking all the clip channels, and he really had a hate on for both me and Hate Army Watch. And I was getting waves and waves of copyright strikes. And to the point where I was like, oh, people were like, you know, hey, like, you know, counter them. So I did, but I didn't use real information. And somehow Google found out and they killed my account. So I don't know how they knew I was using fake info in the counterclaims, but they did. And that's why my first channel died.
And that was going for
and it's
a
fun
long time. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's funny because my channel was terminated on a Sunday. And I remember this because I went into Raven's Dolphins chat and I was talking with him about it. And he's like, they never terminate channels on Sundays. That's really freaking weird. And I was like, yeah, that is pretty odd. Like, who was working on a weekend at YouTube headquarters to review my channel and terminate it? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And then on Monday, after my channel was terminated, I got 10 more strikes in my email. And they were all timed copyright takedown notices. I'm like, YouTube, you already killed my channel. Why are you sending me these on a Monday? Like,
yeah. Huh. And then, so
yeah.
When that happened to you, was that instant, like, I mean, am I done here? Or was there any thought of that? Or, you know, like, I just got to start another channel, keep the train moving. What was that? What was your thinking like at that point?
Well, I was actually pretty sad my channel died, but I just like, okay, like, you know, and there was, I kind of like, you know, moped over it a little bit, and I'm like, okay, never mind, fuck this, I'll start a new one. And I did, and it took a while to you know, eventually get back into the groove of things, but I did, so.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. I guess I'll give it to the boys here. Any questions for our friend Aqua Teal here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to ask, since you sat through quite a bit of DSP clips of a bunch of stupidity, what is some of the most memorable things that you remember that you've clipped out?
The Burger King rant.
Wait, which one?
Yeah, which one? The year later or the first one?
The first one. Because I was like sitting there and I was like listening to this and I put the clip out and I was like, am I the only one that put a clip out about this? And it gained traction. Like, and I was surprised by this because I'm like, nobody else bothered to clip this stupid rant about him going to a Burger King and getting a shitty burger.
Burger.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, the world has to hear this. So I clipped it and I put it out. And I'm like, I was surprised. I was the only one that I know of that put it out. I think Mighty D put it out again like a couple hours later. But other than that, I'm like, I was like, what? Nobody caught this? Like,
yeah. So that's the key, right? I mean, is it because if obviously you want to be the first one with the news with the hot clips? I mean, it's obvious. If you want to be the person that's getting all the attention at first, at least you want to be the person that gets those clips out there fast. So is that part of your? I mean, are you thinking about that all the time? Like, shit, I got to get this out now, or it's kind of going to lose the impact.
Sometimes I do. Like during the weekdays, it's kind of a moot point because I'm at work.
Yeah.
And I don't get home until. By the time I get home, Duty or Snort Hogan or somebody already puts the clips out. So during the week, it's not really much of a focus during the day streams. And if it is, I'll do a judgy clip. Like, you know, I'll have judgy comment on it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But on the weekends is where I do the day streams for the most part. Like, you know, I'll do the pre-streams and I'll listen to whatever shit whatever shit comes out of his mouth and stuff. Like, you know.
Yeah.
That leads quite nicely into my question. I was going to ask, like, walk us through like what inspired Judgy and how you developed that beyond the lamp behind Phil into almost like a character of its own.
Oh, Judgy. Okay, so I noticed that when DSP had first brought out the ghost, he had it beside him, and the ghost looked like it was judging him. So, and it was just a minor meme at that point, like, you know, among some people in Discord, like, you know, like I'm judging you, DSP, like, you know. And then it was like, okay, so he put it even closer, and I'm like, yes, judge him harder, little Pac-Man ghost. And then some dad in his chat actually told him to move Judgy, and I was so mad. I was like, "You fucking asshole, you move Judgy, ruined my joke."
Awesome. It's cool. Definitely a cool idea. And I like when you do have those kind of add more opinions, your own opinions to what he says. It's always just funny. So, yeah, I do like that. But yeah, I guess let's get right into the week that was in this week. I know it seems like a long time ago, but within this week was when DSP first said his excuses for not watching Secret Limited came out. It was, I think, 5 days ago, I believe. And the excuses are... it's too good, I guess, was kind of the thing. Like the real reason was the escort story happened. And because they mentioned the escort story once in their history, everything they say is total living. Secret is a piece of living dog shit, if you didn't know that. That was the line he said. And they never...
The scat fetish.
Yeah, you go. Scat fetish Phil says that. Secret is a piece of living dog shit. And my favorite line, they never put effort into their videos. They put no effort into their videos. Which it was funny for me. But, the person that, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people put a lot of effort in their videos, but one person you could not say does not put effort in their videos is Secret Limited. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And obviously, and he said that Secret Limited never clarified their claims, which is also not true, which they have done in the past. That's saying it was just they were commenting on the rumor of the escort. Actually, right? If I have that correct, right, Meerkat?
Yeah.
That's what
Right. I did debunk on the previous show that we did. I don't remember. One of the days, I debunked all of his points against the Secret Limited video, which were, I think, 3 of them. One of them is that it was labeled as DSP gaming moments, but none of those moments were gaming related, which is beyond stupid because that's the name of his channel. Second one is that the escort story is not true, to which, first of all, it was one of the biggest gaming DSP gaming moments of the year. That's why it's in the video. And the second one is that in the video, it says it's not true because there's a clip of the Medicare clip where he describes how it's not true.
Yes.
So it's not meant to mislead people. It's just meant to introduce people to what happened and the story, and that's it.
Yeah. And we did talk about that before, but yeah, I just want to get that out here as well. It's ridiculous, and he's so scared of watch. He can't watch it. There's no universe where Phil can be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to try to watch it. Because he knows he can't. So he had to come up with something, and I guess that's the best he could come up with. Why he can't watch that. But
I think he has watched it. I think he's watched it in private, at least. You know, like with the Howard and Rambo stream, he'll have watched that previously. It's one of those where it's like it's so big, it becomes such a significant thing in this community that he can't not at least check it out himself to know. Like at some point, he has to stop relying on the word of his whales and his blind monkeys and just think, right, I have to look this up myself because everybody keeps going on about it. So. And that's how he'll know, like, oh, they mentioned the escort thing and what they reported. The thing he'll see what's been reported on. He'll see like the bits of the escort saga leading up to the point where it's like fake, not true. But he'll see those things and see like they're being presented as fact as if they happened, so therefore it's not true. He'll see all that stuff anyway. I think he watches them privately.
I wonder, I would meant more like he knows he can't react to that, right? You just can't. I mean, what are you going to say? You can't say like, oh, that never happened enough times, right? But can you imagine him sitting through that all the way through? I don't, man, that would take a strong,
he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I think he'd watch like 5 minutes, like, fuck. This is good. All right, I'm done. I get, that's how I see it happening.
That's why I liked how cornered he felt when Critical watched the Aqua Teal clip of the Scorn begging, because it was a raw clip. You can't spin this in any way. So he just felt cornered, and he admitted defeat for the first time in a long time, and that was it felt good.
Yes. And that was the end of that. I do want to talk a little bit about, before we get into the fun with that Callisto protocol, whatever it's called. I do want to talk in the middle of the week. He really brought up this point strongly about I'm not bad at video games. This is something he is feeling extremely strong about these days. This week he feels this is the theme of the week is I'm not bad at video games. If you say that, you're a fucking asshole. You are totally wrong. And it's really attached to his ego now, feels like, Steve. But yeah, you go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive insecurity to him because it's, for better or worse, he sees that sort of thing as tied to himself and how he is seen by other people. So he at least wants to be, a somewhat competent gamer And he will admit, like, oh, I don't play every type of game, and I don't always play to a competitive level and all that stuff. And those are fair sort of acknowledgements. Most of us don't play like explicitly hard mode. Most of us don't play to be challenged constantly. Most of us play on normal, So those are fair sort of points. But to him, it's so tied to his brand that if you somehow say, oh, he's playing on easy, it wounds him because he wants to be seen as, no, I'm playing it like normal, like the rest of you. I'm not lesser. I'm not like worse. Playing on easy carries the implication that normal, the intended difficulty, is not, you can't match up to that. It's too much for you, so you have to step back a bit. But most of us don't really care. Like, it doesn't bother me if you play on easy. Sometimes I play on easy because I don't want a challenge. I just want to stomp about and feel powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yep.
It doesn't really matter. But to Phil, it matters because it's his image, it's his brand, it's him. And it's so, like, tied to that and his ego that he thinks, I can't be seen as playing on easy. If I'm playing on normal, everybody has to know that I play on normal. So, yeah, if you ever, like, dare imply, it really gets to him. He's very sensitive.
And it feels like a more recent thing than ever. Like, he kind of went through a period where he was like, yeah, this is how you don't play. I suck at games. Yes. But now it's kind of, since that Moist Critical thing, it's like, man, I'm not, if you say that shit, it's instant ban because you're saying slander or whatever.
It's slanderous.
Yeah, like let's go to court and defend that. I did not say he was a bad gamer. I said, like, Jesus Christ, man. But all right, Meerkat, any thoughts on this new DSP that doesn't want to be known as a bad gamer with 1,000,000 videos of this how you don't play every single game he's ever fucking played?
The defining feature is being a bad gamer and a toxic person, and trying to strip himself of one of the things that makes him DSP. It's just not gonna work. Because recently there was a video by Synthetic Man. It's another channel with like 90,000 subs.
Yeah. And
he mentioned DSP in his God of War review. And he said, God of War was made for people like DSP. They developed those games for people like him. If you don't know who DSP is, he's one of the shittiest gamers of all time. And that was just mentioning him in passing for random people that didn't know who he is. So this is his legacy. This is who he is. The dude who jerked it off and a dude who's bad at games. At least own up one of them. Own up one of them. If it's not the jerk off, just say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm the dude who's bad at games. I'm going to play on easy. Fuck you guys.
Yep.
Fuck you. He needs that validation for feeling like, oh, I'm a professional gamer.
And it's really...
It's some man baby stuff, man.
Oh, yeah. And it's really... Imagine if you're in the audience, you're one of those people that, like all of us, want to play easy games sometimes. DSP makes you feel like a fucking shit, man. You are a living shit, as he liked to say this week. You are a living pile of shit if you play on easy. It's just so, man. Let's think about it. If you're okay, we got some positivity here in Meerkat's DSP voice. We need to hear that, Meerkat. Could you see that?
If you think I'm bad at games, that's slander. And you're banned.
The ending is the best. Yeah, but it's just funny. We're talking about this a lot these days of Phil kind of thinking about the legacy or the legacy, whatever you want to call it. He's definitely on the mind right now, and this is another one of those parts about it. And I guess that gets into the real... I'm going to ask Meerkat to be the leader of this little section here, but it all started with this game... That is called, what is it fucking called? The Callisto Prophecy?
Callisto? He says Callisto like it's Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, but I don't think it's Callisto. I think it's Callisto. It doesn't matter.
Callisto,
anyways.
Whatever the fuck. Yes, go ahead.
Right. A quick kind of a rundown, because I watched a bunch of reviews, a bunch of stuff, because I didn't get the game. Anyways, real quick. It's a game spiritual successor to Dead Space because some of the developers in the studio used to work on the original Dead Space. It is different in some aspects. It got pretty bad reviews because bad performance on PC, some bad mechanics about the dodging, the story wasn't all that good, and so and so and so and so. Now, long story short, DSP saw those reviews. He was salty because he has to be Mr. Contrarian. He has to have the opposite opinion, just like he did with Gotham Knights and with Sonic, most recently. And now he loves the game. And of course, those people that did the reviews, they base their opinions off of, finishing the game, and he bases his opinions off of hating those people and playing 1 hour or 5 hours of the game. So eventually we're going to see him have those same opinions that he hates, but now he loves the game. So that's basically the rundown.
And he just fucking did this shit with Sonic too, right? He just did this shit.
Sonic,
Yeah.
It was Gotham Knights, and before that, I think there was something else that was mildly panned by critics, and he loved it, or he pretended to love it, and when he stopped playing it, it was a piece of shit.
I've done it.
Grand Theft Auto. It was the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, the definitive edition. He did that with that as well.
Oh
And
yeah,
Days Gone.
totally.
Days Gone was the one that I remember doing because it was like one of the first ones I did. That he was like, the critics were like assholes. Once you get like past the 30 hours to begin with, it gets good, And then later on, he was like, yeah, but the rest is shit. And it's like he's done exactly the same thing constantly. It's like every game. He tries to be contrarian and be like, I'm the real game. I'll give you the truth. I'm not a paid shill. I'm not a reviewer. I'm not just running through it. I'm playing it like you guys would. So, you can come to me for honest opinions. And it's like, no, just absorbing the opinions you read on Twitter and then regurgitating them to your audience.
Yeah, or trying to do the opposite of them because that's what he thinks is going to be like, I'm going to get some attention here because I'm saying something different. And also shitting on every reviewer. And I love when he puts the words into all the reviewers' mouths, by the way. Like, when the reviewers like, this game is not that great. The performance is bad. Like, all these reviewers shitting on this game, saying it's the worst game of all time. No one said that. No one said that. No one said that at all. But he has to go that deep to make his point sound bigger, Like, it has to, like, my point is so contrarian. It's so fucking awesome. I'm the game coverage god. He always does that. But I do want to talk about... Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry, the bit that annoys me is that he talks on about how they're playing it like it's Dead Space and you shouldn't because it's not Dead Space. And nobody takes Spiritual Successor as a replica or, a remake or a recreation. It's its own thing. It's inspired by something, but it's also its own thing.
Yeah.
So, there might be similarities between Alien and Event Horizon, but you wouldn't say Event Horizon is a spiritual successor to Alien because they're both horror set in space. Because there's very different things about them. So you could say there's similarities, but you wouldn't necessarily say that's a replica and I don't like it because there's no, xenomorph in it or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
very... Big ups to the Event Horizon reference. It's a very underrated movie.
Yeah, thanks, man. Same. I agree.
And then I love this part where people have their reviews for whatever fucking reason they do. And Phil all of a sudden is this big company person that worries about the company. Guys, this is hurting the company who made it.
Yeah.
What is this coming from? Now he's worried about the companies when they it's just he's obviously companies.
And he goes,
go ahead, Aqua.
I was gonna say he's worried about the companies, then he goes on to bash Nintendo, and then like the next 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, so that's the difference though. They're AA, not AAA. So he's a soft spot for not AAA developers, I guess. I don't know what it comes from. But he's like upset that people are bandwagoning the reviews of Callisto Protocol. Bandwagoning. I guess that means they're all seeing what the initial impression is, then just joining that. Not that anyone come up with their own conclusions that they're the same, of course. No way. But it's whatever. I do want to talk about Poem's future, though, Meerkat. I know you were on top of that in the Discord, at least.
One thing I wanted to ask Aqua Teal first, since I saw she uploaded a clip on this. Yesterday, there was like a 20-something minute gas station crackhead monologue that he had that I couldn't make heads or tails of because it was so absolutely fucking insane about Callisto Protocol. Can you please give us some insight of what that was supposed to mean or entail? Because I couldn't fucking make anything out of it. It was so incoherent. He was all over the place.
It was an hour-long rant, actually. Like, and the first half hour was just him pig-splaining Dead Space series.
I knew it!
Yeah. It was just him. First half hour was just him pig-splaining the Dead Space series, like the history of it, and then he went into in-depth detail about his playthrough. Like on
I know.
Friday.
Yeah.
Like,
did he talk about Dead Space 2? Did he talk about the Dead Space 2 demo?
No,
Dead Space
he did not.
No.
Weird how he skipped over that, isn't it?
He went full on Kanye West in that one.
That playthrough has some good and bad parts.
Yeah, because with the clip I released of it, it was it was like he went on for almost an hour about this Callisto Protocol thing, and I was just like, I am not including that first half hour in this clip because it was just incoherent rambling and boring shit about like, you know, his history with the Dead Space series, and then like I said, it was the in-depth explanation of what he did. He was pig-splaining what he did on the stream the previous day, and it was just like, we can watch this shit. Like, why are you telling us what you did?
He always does that.
I know.
It's for people who don't want to watch on demand.
And he wasn't even gonna play the game that day. He was just summarizing from yesterday for tomorrow.
I know. Think about that. That's how bad you need content. You're okay. Whole stream, hours long. Let me describe what happened. Well, let me describe my history with this franchise first. I love those. Who gives a shit about your history with the game?
Well, he did that. He did that with Pokemon, and he did that with like Sonic, and he did that with Street Fighter. Remember when he was doing the Street Fighter 6 demo? And he's like, my history with Street Fighter, and he blabbed on the pre-stream for an hour about it, and I was just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Everything. My history with the Turtles franchise, for the Shredder collection, you know. Oh god, it's everything.
Everything has to have a history. A history of my paper plate usage. That's what I want. When did that start?
My history with Pong. That's all I want.
My history with gin. Oh yeah, by the way, he doesn't really never drink gin. We got that this week.
Here's my history with anti-Semitism. In 2009, I said he loved you, and now I'm getting DMs from Kanye West. Can I block this fucking idiot?
You see, back in the 1930s.
Yeah. God.
In a place called Germany. You gotta get the history of that as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. The history of the religion altogether. Right, well, first let's go to the Adam and Eve. Oh God, we just can't imagine how far back he can go for that fucking content.
Hey, well, he is Catholic, so you know,
oh yeah,
he
is
know all that.
Catholic.
Remember, yeah.
He has a lot of contributional efforts as well, and really contributing to society in many different ways, all secretive.
Really charitable.
Exactly.
Yeah, very charitable person.
Always secretive.
His chat keeps trying to bait him to talk about Kanye, and he's not taking it.
That's probably a good call on his part of that one, because what can he say? Like,
yeah,
I mean,
dude, he didn't want to talk about the guy when he released an album. What is he gonna say about the guy when he literally said he loves Hitler?
Yeah, that's
because back in the day when he released Donda and Drake released the Certified Lover Boy, he was shitting on people to shut up about Drake and Kanye in chat, which was fantastic because that's what you do in chat when people are having a genuine, organic discussion. You tell them to shut up and focus on you and talk about you.
Obviously.
That's what you do.
Obviously.
Okay, he's done that recently, didn't he? He's shit on people for liking a certain artist. Sure. Recently, he has said, like, look, if you listen to that sort of music, you're stupid and you're dumb. I'm sure he's done something like that recently.
Yeah, I think Funk he was talking about yesterday.
Yeah. I was listening to that, and I was just like, what the fuck is he going on about? Like, what?
If you hate funk now, okay, we got some requests for this funk talk. Aqua Teal, please just run it down for us a little bit. What did he talk about this funk?
He was like, yeah, even though I'm white, I like funk music. And he went on about the history of funk, like he knew what he was talking about. And it was just like such a cringe segment.
Oh, God.
That brings up shades of, remember in Grand Theft Auto, there's a rap song. I think it's DMX. He's like, oh, yeah, one of my friends in college loved DMX. He was white, by the way. 100% true, 100% real. He said that.
Well, he brought up GTA as part of this funk rant where he's like, I love the funk station in GTA or something like that.
What a well-rounded cultural master, DSP. I love that radio station on GTA.
That's it. That's the entirety of his exposure to funk music. It's gonna be that.
I've heard a few songs on GTA. I like it.
Yeah, thank you to Grimner. That's it. He shot on someone for saying Drake was the GOAT for 5 minutes. That's the thing that I'm remembering, yeah. And then they ended with, I'm not being a dick. after like actually being a dick.
If you say you're not being a dick, it's all cool. Go ahead.
I kind of have to mention this from yesterday. It was also him crying about nobody was engaging in chat. He had like less than 10 people in chat. And he said something along the lines of, oh, I asked you guys which is the best weapon, but
like no one is like answering, so I'm just gonna play the game, like whatever. It was such a condescending, disappointing segment.
Yeah, there was
It
a few.
hilarious.
Yeah, so Aqua Teal, great person to ask about this. The unrecorded beggings have definitely went up in frequency over the last few weeks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So you got to be on that. Are you just constantly recording to catch those? Like you have to be, right?
Well, the unrecorded one from midstream last night, I didn't catch live.
Yeah.
I was only told about it afterwards.
Okay, okay.
Because I was told about it because Forbidden Math was watching Pop stream and he told me about it. Like he's like, "Oh my God, Pop's like going code black," and I'm like, "What?" So I'm like, okay. So I went to DSP stream and I rewound a little bit. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so pathetic. I got to get this."
Yeah, yeah. It was...
So I recorded it.
Yeah.
And then the ending segments last night, I was like, okay, if that was bad at mid-time, I'm like, I'm going to fire up the clip machine and I'm going to get the end of the stream. So the last 15 minutes of the stream, I set up my clip machine and I recorded it and I put the clip out this morning.
Yeah, yeah. That was that was a special one. It was 8 hours and tips the whole night, pretty much. And the game crashed and he comes back from the break and like, oh, motherfuckers. Like, and you don't know who he's talking about. I was like, did he call his viewers motherfuckers? It wasn't that, though. He was calling like the developers motherfuckers, I guess. Is that what we're take from that?
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers, something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. But I was like, who's the motherfuckers in this case? And I think it was the developers. I can't be towards his audience. I mean, I don't believe it is. But it was kind of for a second, I was like, oh, shit. You know, but I don't think it was. I think it was to developers of the game for making a game that crashes, I guess. You know, he does that.
Yeah, well, what happened was the game had crashed on him, and he mauled, and he got up out of his chair for a few minutes, and then he went back. And that's where I started the clip, is where he came back.
Mm-hmm.
And he sat down, and he looked fucking depressed as shit, and very, very miserable, and he's like, motherfuckers. Like, you know?
Yeah. So it's like, whoa, who's that for?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I tried to include some context at the beginning of the clip there, where he he was just got up out of his chair and wandered off and came back, But it was just like it was, and then he went on the bagging segment, and I was just like, oh my God,
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I found another example of him being incredibly toxic to his audience, which has stuck with me because, again, Poem Future tweeted about it. Mythical asks, please don't waste food, DSP gaming. Some people don't have any. And he gets the response, Mythical, please leave and never come back.
Oh, yes, that was toxic.
Yeah, that's the definition of toxic. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there was, I think it was Friday's pre-stream. Somebody asked him, because, hey, DSP, do you read books? He's like, no, I read the stream chat or whatever. And then somebody, that's what, I read the stream chat all day. And,
oh my God.
No, I probably should have clipped that, but yeah, he was like, yeah, I don't need to read a book. I read you guys. I read the stream chat all day. And then there was a follow-up question.
Where he's so much.
Yeah, he's like, well, somebody's like, I work 8 hours a day and I still have time to read. And he's like, do you run a household? Are you married?
You run a household.
Yes.
And he went off on the guy, and I was just like, "Oh my God, oh my God."
He operates a household.
A household, maybe. And he was looking right dead into the camera. He got him. He knew he got him. He annihilated that man. Are you married? You're not married, are you? You're a pathetic little cuck bitch. That's why you're my cat.
He brought the marriage.
Idiot.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. He brought the marriage
I should
excuse.
probably go back.
Let's talk about.
I should probably go back and clip that because it was.
Oh, please do.
His marriage, his commitment to marriage exists of checking up on how she's doing on Skyrim once a week, and that's the end of it. Driving her to work when there's an inch of snow on the ground. That's the end of it. On Black Friday.
Yeah. He asks what she wants when he door dashes.
Yeah. That's the communication. That's his commitment to marriage. Let's get real. And then when she breaks stuff, he bitched about it. That's the amount of work he has to put in. He doesn't even get it fixed, by the way. He just bitched about it.
Yesterday,
oh my God, it's there.
She was making a Jamaican soup and she fucked it up, and that got its own segment of Cat fucking up the soup so they could eat leftovers. Cat is, by the way, a woman that I respect very much. If it hasn't come across in the other episodes, I respect Cat very much.
I did
respect.
record that last night, and it was in the unrecorded segment before he started the COD stream last night, where he was bitching about cat soup or whatever. I'm just like, I don't know if I should release this or not, but I did record it.
Like, let's think about that statement, though. Do you operate a household? How does DSP operate a household? He pays the mortgage sometimes if he has the money for it. He doesn't clean anything. Shit breaks, he doesn't fix it. He has no lawn to take care of. Tell me how he's operating a household, everyone. What?
Like the game Operation, where there's a slight risk of being electrocuted if you pick up certain items.
Telling Jasper not to bite wires.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. And if you need something to tell people to
Locking
bring
him in a box in a
pay people
room
to
on his
bring
own.
it in. Yeah. Everything's a mess. So he's not doing any fucking cleaning. You know that shit's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very disrespectful statement for someone that operates a household, operates a successful business. That's pretty bad.
It's so bad. And that's the response to, do you read?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shouldn't forget that part.
Like, just say, not that much, no.
Yeah, I know. He can never take
You
that
don't
road.
read, then, you know,
It's
fine. So I roll with it, but still, fuck.
It's
That's
like
wild. That.
You know when you ask someone like how you doing and they give you a really sad story, you're kind of like, well, I'm happy you told me, but you could have said like, I'm fine, you know? It's kind of like that, you know? Just say you're fine and get the fuck away, man. But I do have to talk about Meerkat. I know you know about this. The poem's mystery, little bit of interesting. I don't want to call it ops because it's not ops, but it's a little bit of a mission, a task. What do you call this, Meerkat? This
I call it bait. It's master bait.
Yes, yeah, masturbating for sure. Poe's mystery is definitely the masturbator for sure. But go ahead, Meerkat, explain that exactly what happened there.
Yeah. Now, Poem's a Twitter user. It goes by many names and many accounts because they've been DMCA'd over time because pay pigs. And he makes it so he puts out a bunch of recap tweets with like clips and stuff so people like me don't have to watch the raw DSP shit that is toxic as fuck and boring. And yeah, he recently said he started playing the Callisto Protocol and he was playing it on hard mode or something and it sucked and then he rage quit. I wasn't actually prepared to talk about this, so I don't really have much prepared. But apparently someone might have screenshotted this and sent this to DSP and then gave him a false narrative that was actually bullshit. And then he ranted about that false narrative.
Yes.
And then, as he says, as DSP used to say in his car insurance repair rant, they fall right into my hands.
Yep.
Which is what happened to him. He got baited.
Yeah.
He got baited.
So the goal, just to make clear, the goal of that whole thing by Poem's Mystery was so he knew DSP's minions would say it's on hard, say some people are failing on hard, I guess, and then DSP could bitch about that, right? That's the goal?
Yeah,
right?
it might have been even related to Maximilian.
Yeah, because he's talking to him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, the big part of the rant was about Maximilian rage quitting the game on hard, and then DSP had to grandstand on him and basically just be an asshole, just be a DSP about it. And apparently that's not even true.
Yeah.
But I don't have an idea. But then again, I'm not ranting about it, so it's kind of okay.
Yeah. But
it does tie into like what we mentioned earlier about easy mode, because now again he's like, well, if you play on hard mode and you get owned the first time you're playing through it, that's on you and you're an asshole and you deserve everything you get. And it's like, again, just like sometimes you just want to stomp about and be powerful, sometimes you do want to be challenged and pushed, you know, so it's fine. It's fine. And it's fine if you reach a point where you are playing a game on hard and you're like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And Max as a professional streamer is capable of like handling a stream after he does that. He's capable of improvising and sort of like going, okay, we'll play something else instead, or we'll chat for a bit. He's capable of rolling with that punch, but Phil, with his like desperate need to stick to a schedule, has to make every decision like, well, if I got fed up with a game, then Q&A, and then we'll talk about what we want to do next. You know, like if he finishes games early, there's half an hour or an hour left. He's like, well, what do you guys want to do now? He can't improvise and say, right, I'll play this for a bit. It's the same thing.
No, it has to be Q&A.
It has to be
always Q&A.
I gotta, because that was like tied to that 30-minute mindless rant, wasn't Aqua Teal? This kind of was spawned from that like difficulty discussion, right?
Yeah. So he basically this whole Callisto Protocol hour-long rant. He went on it for an hour long, and then he moved on to the next subject, was bitching about Nintendo and Smash or something.
Don't remember that one. Yeah.
But then he moved on, and then he did Q&As, and then Dent brought it back up in the Q&A. And he went on for like another, and I think he went off about it for about another 4 or 5 minutes about that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, like, you know, and then he moved on again. So it was like, okay, you know.
Yeah, and we're kind of missing the whole crux of the argument was if you're a streamer, you don't have to play on hard. Like it doesn't add it. Like it's stupid to do that for some reason. That was the whole crux of it, right? In the end, right, Aqua Teal?
Yeah, like basically he's like he gets offended whenever anybody says he plays on anything other than like if he plays on easy. And it's just like, dude, he's so thin-skinned about it, and he goes on these rants about it, and nobody cares, dude. Like if you had a much better personality, nobody would care, but because you're getting shit on. Like, you know, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's a reasonable sort of position to take, and again, he's just like really abrasive with the way he expresses his opinions.
Yeah,
if you're playing on hard, you're gonna get challenged, and you're probably gonna die a lot. That's the point. It's hard, but.
Yeah, I mean, like you, Steve, I sometimes play my games on easy too because I want to go smash through and see a story. Like, you know, if I want a challenge, I'll play on a harder difficulty. I mean, I finished Days Gone on Survivor 2, like, you know, so that's like, you know, and then I've played the original run through on easy. So it's like, okay, I like the game. I want to play again on the hardest level. So I did.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know,
and it's the typical DSP putting words in people's mouths again, right? He decides why people do that. Because they want to have a big e-penis or whatever, you know? That's the only reason people do it is because they want to grow their e-penis, which is so bullshit. And even, as Poe's Mystery found, Maximilian Dude explained why he uses hard mode, because it makes you use the mechanics of the game, which is a very well thought out statement that is truth. Something that DSP doesn't do. You know, doesn't think that deep about it. Because DSP is, you know, oh my God, if you watch him play God of War, all it is just spam that fucking axe. It's every situation, throw your axe a million times, and usually it works because the game is like...
Axe a million.
Axe a
the
million.
axe spam, oh my God. I can't watch him
sorry.
play that game because of the axe spam. Like, even when he was playing the first game, like the God of War 2018, he was doing the axe spam then too, and I was just like, oh my God, no. Don't do that.
It like takes all the fucking like it's supposed to be like a cool epic kind of weapon. You feel the power, but if you just throw it every single time, it's like this is so bad. It takes away all the momentum and feeling of that powerful weapon. It's just like boom, throw, got it. Okay, that's not working. What do we do
Same
here?
in the Souls game.
Do it again. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Forward and R2 in Elden Ring. A lot of spam at that. But it's like Max's position is fine, and it's integral to Max's like personality and his like brand because he's a fighting game player. He's done like Mortal Kombat challenge towers. He's somebody who challenges himself. He has boss rush modes, and it's part of what he does. So yeah, when he says I do it because it makes you engage with the mechanics of the game to the point where you need to. You know, because like you say, on easy, you can stomp through it easily. And Phil does that. Phil wants that. He wants to just spam and mash and get through it easily with no challenge. But Max's position of, well, I want the thing that makes me engage with the game and the mechanics that it gives you. So that makes sense. But Phil can't accept that because it goes against what he believes. I just want to spam through and win.
Yep. And let's not ignore the fact that in modern games, the normal difficulty, as games are developed for a broader demographic of people, the normal difficulty is easier than it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
So of course normal is going to say, oh yeah, this is the way the game is intended to be played, but you should probably, if you want to be challenged to a certain degree, you should try hard first. And then if you don't like it, put it down to normal. But again, DSP has this newly developed stance of normal is how I'm going to play everything because that's what the developers intended. Which, sure, man, do your thing. But then he uses it to be condescending to other people that do anything else.
Yeah. And, like, he has to find a way to bitch about people playing on a harder mode than him, so he just has to make up this, like, yeah, they want to grow their e-penis. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's
I'll grow my non-existent penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
The e-penis, everybody has it. That's the cool thing about the e-penis. Everybody has it.
Awesome.
But I don't. You're ever in a position where you're like, say in a pub and like someone walks past and your mate goes, "He completed God of War on hard." Nobody cares.
How excited do you get if you hear that, Aqua Teal? Hey, I beat God of War on hard mode. I don't know if that means anything to you.
That makes me
dude
so
is-
wet.
He's bumping into people with his e-penis. They're falling over. It's just so big, dude.
Excuse me, ladies.
Have you seen my gamer profile? Check out my achievements.
Yeah.
Beat all the Call of Duties on the hardest mode. Veteran. Yep.
I still love when Phil gets achievements to this day. He still gets a little excited. Oh, got an achievement. Oh my god, I got an achievement. Like, so they're so
It's a
past.
reward.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. It's a nice little pop up in it. Well done, you did a thing. And he's like, wow, I got an achievement for that woman sleeping with that other woman. Which is always my favorite one. Because he's like unbelievably uncomfortable at this expression of like a relationship between two women, that he's looking at the guy and then it pops up and he's like, what, they gave you an achievement for that? And it's like, he's so happy to take that out because otherwise he'd have had to have dealt with something very uncomfortable at that moment, and he just can't handle it. So yeah, achievements are great.
Oh yeah, you're talking
Nice
about that
little
I forget the game, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. That
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, the inhaler game.
Devil in
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Movie
that's
game.
the one.
Yeah, those girls are kissing. He was like, wants to get out of the room immediately. He's like, I cannot handle, do not know what to say. Can't make this funny. There's kind of the racial element he doesn't want to get into either, you know. He's dying to, but he can't, you know. Woman of colors on the screen. I can't talk about it. Can't talk about it. Want to talk about it.
And he's wearing the pilot hat, which is like even better.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's on my mind because I was out last night with some friends and one of them's asthmatic. She took out her inhaler and I was like, "Oh, puff of air." 2 or 3 minutes from that.
Hey, can I have some oxygen? Some pure air?
Well, the best bit was as I was explaining it to her because I was like, "Oh my god, your inhaler! Oh god!" And they know. So I was explaining it to her, and then she was like, "But it'd kill you faster because it's vasodilator." And I'm like, "I know."
God, don't try to explain that to anybody. What the fuck? And then he doubled down on that. I know you have those clips, Aqua Teal. When you like, that's one of my favorite ones. When like he's like, "Oh my god, we got a fucking asshole in here," and then the next 15 minutes is like, "Okay, well I could have been right." And then fucking that dude. That dude's still an asshole though. Don't forget that. That was a classic.
He didn't even want to take the high road and apologize for being wrong because one person in chat said that he might be right in some universe. So he's like, I'm not wrong, you guys. I'm not gonna say I'm wrong. I might be right.
Yeah,
He wasn't right. The air was being sucked out of the room. There's no way that girl would have survived. Plus, the one person you think would survive is the person with the healthy lungs.
Yeah.
In the other chamber, you know.
Well, there's
So yeah,
the
but
thing,
that's
too,
a
is
throwback to like two weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
the game, like I don't think I included it in the clip, but shortly before that sequence, it showed the game's focused in like on the other woman's window, and it showed that there was something wrong with it. Like, you know, there was actually like the game actually showed a visual cue. There's something wrong with this window, and he went on the rant about like, oh, the other lady would have survived anyway because there was something wrong with her window, and I'm like, yeah, because there was a cue there pointing you towards that direction, and you ignored it.
How am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to know that? How do they expect you to know that? That's my favorite line he says all the time now. How do they expect you to know that? Because you're supposed to walk around?
No, mine is spawning behind me.
Yeah. Everyone's just spawning
Whether
out.
Call of Duty or God of War, he's got an issue with ignoring the possibility. He just doesn't know what flanking is. So he'll be like slashing away at an enemy, completely forgetting like 3 of them are behind him, even though the game's showing him like these markers here.
Yeah.
That's my favorite bit.
And you know why he
It's
loves...
like, I don't play God of War, but...
You know why he loves
And
God of
then he
War?
would-
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead, Mirkat.
Yeah, he would have the companion literally scream, behind you! And he would have that kid and die.
He's like,
It's like
they
a
spawned
game
behind
literally
me.
made for him.
Yeah, I know. This
Yeah,
game is made for
literally.
him. Yes. That's what I was going to say. Is you know why I love this game? It's because it is the most hand-holding game I've ever seen. It doesn't give you a chance to fail. It's like, you know, people say Skyrim is like they really dumbed it down. Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys played Elder Scrolls. I know you probably played Skyrim, but it
Yeah,
took all the
from,
Elder
like,
Scrolls
Morrowind
shit.
down.
Yeah. They took all the shit from Elder Scrolls and made it way simpler. And obviously it worked in a big way, clearly. But that's why DSP loves these games, though. It's because they're the natural progression of, like, everything is a walking simulator now. Sometimes it lets you have a weapon. You know what I mean? Sometimes they give you a weapon that you can throw around and feel cool. But man, all these games these days are like, there's a problem, we'll tell you how to solve it. You just got to push the buttons. That's what they're doing, basically. It's so bad. That God of War looks really bad to me when I see people playing it. They give you the answer to the problems. All right, we got to put some water in this little water wheel. Try to put water in the water wheel. Okay. Can I get 4 seconds to think? You know, but anyways. I do want to talk about last night, because last night was full of, as we talked about, some interesting night stream. And even more interesting was the daily rap. So, Aqua Teal, I know you know the daily raps, but the daily rap was extremely full of begging, guilt-tripping about Warzone, right? So, not directly begging. Hey, guys, I'm just sharing facts. I'm sharing facts, but...
He was a fax machine.
If you don't fucking pay up for Warzone, it's getting the fuck out. Anything else that you saw there, Aqua Teal? I'm sure you saw it.
I did see it, and there was something that stuck out with me, but I can't remember what it is now. But I think it probably was that, though. Like, you know, he was like, because whenever I see a daily rap that is like more than like 7 to 8 minutes long, I'm like, oh, there's probably begging in there.
Yeah.
And apparently, he also said in there that the interview is dead. There's
he did?
no more interview.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
This is huge.
News.
This is breaking news.
Like breaking news.
We got to get our consultants on this now. Guys, on the field, get in there. All right, we're seriously, though. He said that, Aqua Teal?
Sam, chat now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what he said, because I remember watching it this morning, just before I came on to this podcast.
Oh, shit. That's worth confirming. Everyone in chat, if anyone wants to confirm that, we want to break that here live, because this is a huge story. If true, Aqua Teal is breaking.
Yeah, so chat, you go do it.
In that case, in advance, I would like to apologize for being wrong, because I actually believed in the interview. I was behind that concept 1,000%. If he bullshitted it, it's not happening. I'm very disappointed.
I think we all were to some degree, weren't we? We all wanted it.
We all wanted it. Because I was talking, like, I think we should do, like, if they did the interview, we should do as soon as we can a debunk of all the shit he said on that interview, like, right after. Unfortunately, that's all out of here now, because this is going to find out. It's huge if this is true. Yes, we all are in shock now. Go ahead, Meerkat.
Yeah, Aqua Teal, do you have any more info on that? Did you see anything else? I should have watched that daily rap. I just didn't, man. Because it was way too long, and I just saw begging already.
I'm just going off of memory here, so
Okay.
I can't 100% confirm it. It's near the end. I think he says it near the end.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
I'm sure someone in chat is going to confirm that or deny that. But wow, that would be big. It's all over. But then I guess you could think about it. Did Phil get what he wants, right? Some more shit to talk about during the pre-streams for a few days at least. Fill some more time talking about it. And then I guess he got all the attention he wanted. He saw how big he was in his mind. You know, he thinks it's a good thing that big streamers are talking to you, but really they just want the attention from interviewing him.
That had to have hurt him, though, seeing that.
Think so?
Because he probably expected a much different response. He probably expected a bunch of people going, it's my opportunity to interview Darkside Phil. He never does interviews. He was probably thinking that is what people would focus on. When the reality was, people were like, oh, fuck.
But
he didn't mention it during the daily. Oh, okay. So King Jad saying he didn't say it during the daily rap. I'm like, maybe I'm misremembering.
Okay, yeah, we still need, because if you're going off Pig Go, sometimes they miss some words, you know. So that just if you're searching off that and check. Oh, then BST is saying they did. So all right, all right. We're still
so
up in
we
the
could
air
be
here.
right.
We could be
still
right.
be
Yeah,
right.
we could be right. Aqua Teal, we still could be right here. Don't worry.
Okay.
You're still an asshole, though.
Fax machines, please. Fax machines. We need more faxes.
Man, that would be big.
DSP is probably cursing that that fucking bitch Aqua Teal who like clips my unrecorded segments, like, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
like,
what do you think about that? I wanted to ask you this. I forgot. What do you think about him limiting himself to begging only on the unrecorded stuff, despite him knowing that this is gonna get clipped by somebody like you?
He's been doing it for so long, though. Like, you know, it's not a new thing. It's only like recently when after the Moist thing, like the Sir Moist incident, where he's like subtly begged, and then after Moist said no, I'm not interviewing him, fuck that, he started begging again. So it's like and harder than he did before. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm not the only one that gets the unrecorded segments, like, but it's I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. Lost my train of thought.
Yeah, he has since that moist thing. Yeah, he kind of come back a little.
Yeah,
bit.
since the moist thing, he's come back and he's come back harder. So it's kind of fun. More like I try to get the segments at the beginning, the segments in the middle, and the segments at the end, because that's like those are the goal for me, because that's when the mask is truly off. You know, because he begs so hard, like he doesn't want this on YouTube. Like, you know, he doesn't want it on his videos so that people don't report to YouTube. That's why he does it.
Well, I think that and the fact that he's kind of his legacy, he's thinking about his legacy now more. But go ahead, Meerkat.
Yeah, what he does, I wouldn't say people would report it because there's plenty of it in other videos where it's more extreme. I don't know. That's why it doesn't make sense to me, because Critical watched your clip, Aqua Teal, of the scorn begging.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's what he saw. So
Yeah.
DSP continuing to do it in unrecorded segments that he knows for a fact they're gonna get clipped, it just makes no sense. But I guess if he has to beg, he has to do it in an unrecorded way.
Yeah. I think like I said, I think the way he does it right now is because he doesn't want YouTube, because people have tried reporting him to YouTube before, and they've even said in their reports, you know, he does these segments, he excises them from his videos because he knows that he's going to get in trouble for them. You know, and YouTube obviously hasn't done anything to him yet, so that we know of anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
but
never know,
yeah, because he's not going to tell us.
Okay, King Jad with the final word here. Apparently, Duty is the one that claimed the interview is dead.
Okay.
Okay, so that's not confirmed yet, but yeah, you know how news goes around. We'll keep our eye on that. Again, if someone could confirm that from the yesterday's thing, that'd be nice. You know, to get that confirmation, because you know, if we're going off a Duty video name, that's a little different than hearing Phil say it. So, yeah, let us know there, chat, if there's anything other breaking news from that. But yeah. Anyways, so
yeah, I don't know. I must have Mandela affected Duty's title with what I heard. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that happens.
But there's still potential, though. Don't worry. There's still potential.
There's still potential, yeah.
We could have that stream of gold when he has it to be.
Yeah, so like I was saying though, the like the good question someone asked the other week about that is, who is these begs for, right? Like Aqua Teal, you've watched a lot of Phil, so you should know. What's your theory on why people unironically watch Phil? And you know what I mean? Because as you've been watching for years too, you know, like the audience is now settled into this nice little group of interesting people, right? When there was a time before when you maybe first started watching Phil, he was kind of had a more, I don't want to say,
he had a larger audience.
A larger,
so
more normal audience.
Now
we're in a different state here.
Cultivated.
Cultivated audience.
Cultivated.
But anything to share about that, the change of DSP over the years, anything like that, yeah, please, we'd love to hear from you as an expert.
He's not going to grow his audience because he's using cult leader tactics, and most normal people, like anybody who wanders into one of his streams and sees one of these unrecorded segments live on his stream, they're going to nope the fuck out, because any normal person would be like, he's acting like a cult leader here. Like, you know, he's like, come on guys, we need to hit the tip goals. Like, you know, he's really emphasizing that this is a group effort to give him money. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like a cult leader. And most normal people wouldn't put up with that. But watching him ironically, I'm just like, you know, I'm just curious. Like, I watch him because I'm like, he like, does this actually work? Like, you know, I can't believe my eyes. This actually fucking works on some people. Like, you know.
Yeah, you never know if you're gonna ask. Sometimes I think about, if my normal life, if I just ask people like, "Hey, can I get some money?" More people might give it to you than you even expect. So give it a shot, guys. It's great. It works out for DSP, so maybe you too. I do think, Meerkat, should we open up the Q&A section for Aqua Teal here before I get to some more questions for Aqua Teal? Unless we missed anything from the week, I guess. But I think that's pretty much it. It's kind of a boring week, to be honest.
It's mostly
salt, isn't it? But I don't think I can read them.
Okay,
so
I can read
else
it. Yeah,
needs to
I
read
can
them
be
out.
the reader
All right.
if you open it, my friend. But
there has been a lot of salt in COD, though.
That's true.
Briefly touched.
That's true. Yeah, Steve, you go ahead with that. Yeah.
Because again, it's another example of, he would probably say, well, my TV's better, so I've got a better response rate and refresh rate and all that stuff. But it's his reaction time, really. And it's his ignorance of his, like, peripheral vision. Because again, it's the flanking thing. It's like constantly getting shot from behind. And it's like, well, that's on you for not checking to make sure you're okay where you are. And we once again got into Warzone where he was like, well, I'll play it for you, but, you know, it's boring. It's boring gameplay. It's like, well, that's you. playing it. Boring because you choose to go and hide in bathroom.
Oh God, yeah. And then he talked about that, and his people were bitching at me for hiding so much. I'm just learning how to play the game. How do you learn? Yeah. How do you learn to play the controls by just sitting in the bathroom and waiting? Tell me how you learn from that.
And then
to look out the window.
Yeah.
What pissed me off about him is he brags about being, I was top 15. Like, dude, this doesn't matter. This means nothing. Anybody can be
not
top 15 hiding in the bathroom.
Probably could have had like 3 games in the time it took him to get to that point, though, because he spent so long hiding and then like, oh shit, quickly dart out to the next house and then hide in there.
Yeah. He
could have played actively, more aggressively. You probably could have had like 2 or 3 games. So.
Another fucking chance of example of him pulling out these metrics that really mean nothing, but he has to like they make him feel better, like likes on a video. He was complaining about that too.
Yeah.
I could only get 6 likes on a video. That many of you didn't like the video. That's not how it works, you know. People don't. I really like this video. Hold on, let me fully analyze this video, watch it all, and that's, you know what, I like it. Thumbs up. That's not how it fucking works. That's not how it fucking works, man. It's people. You bitch at people enough to like the stream. Sometimes you offer a reward for liking the stream, like the fucking bubbles, which are all so silly now, by the way. Oh, they're so silly. This is so silly. This means nothing, guys. But I'll do it for you.
But I will take them away as well if you then unlike.
So it's stop being last night during that entire segment where he's like, "Yeah, guys, during the game where he was discussing like not continuing with Call of Duty, the entire chat was just like, Bubbles, we 100 likes, Bubbles, give us Bubbles." I was laughing reading that because I was just like, they don't care, they just want their bubbles. Like, shut up about this.
Yeah, it's not that deep, as Sir Boy said. It's not that deep, man. Wear the vest, wear the hat, put the bubbles, and you're good, man. You don't need this deep gamer talk.
So, Aqua, do you actually pay like a lot of attention to chat? Because I know that ALT said during fishing streams, night streams, things like that, the chat is very different. I was wondering if you'd noticed that as well.
Oh yeah, I like watching his chat. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're being funny intentionally, sometimes they're being unintentionally funny just because of how stupid they are. But some of the stuff they say and do is like, sometimes DSP will be doing something, they'll be off in their own little world talking about whatever, and DSP's like, pay attention to me, like, you know.
Motherfuckers.
You're not talking about me or the stream. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I know I say it a lot, but I feel not bad for ESP. But it's like, imagine a world where you have to interact with the people on your chat. There's 2 kinds of people, right? There's people that are saying Phil's awesome at gaming as a joke, like literally saying it too strongly, like, oh, you're the best reflexes, so if you're not shooting him, Phil, something's wrong with the game. Like shit like that, where it's like, all right, you know, no one's saying this unironically. And then it's people talking about like Disney, you know, 2 people to interact with. It's like, imagine that you're trying to squeeze some water out of a rock with that chat, you know, and then he still bitches like, you guys aren't talking about anything I want to talk about, so I don't know. What weapon should I use? No one's answering.
Well, I know for a fact there are some people in his chat that are trolls.
Oh, definitely.
And are doing it intentionally.
Yeah, definitely. Nightmare Cat.
Yeah. I also think a lot of those people that send him emails and stuff that tell him how meaningful he is and how they saved him from depression or something, I think some of them are trolls, and I really appreciate that kind of trolling, because the one thing you want to do to DSP is feed into his delusions of success.
Yes.
Of him being this meaningful, amazing guy, as there are like 5 people in his chat. Yesterday, I think at some point, somebody uploaded like a screenshot to Kiwi Farms, and the dude legitimately had less than 10 people in chat. Like, it was incredible. And this was, I think, even the day stream.
Yeah. And
wow. That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
for the day stream.
Oh yeah, Meerkat. We didn't talk about that. We didn't set it up. We talked about it in Discord many days ago. But that's spreadsheet that you got your hands on.
Oh yeah, the numbers.
Yeah, we totally forgot about
that's
this.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah. We found it
because I'm on my phone right now. Things are a little bit specific.
Yes.
But I got a shout out to this individual. 2D2 Will.
Yes.
For making a spreadsheet about some miscellaneous DSP stats.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm going to read out some of the most interesting stuff.
Please do.
And they're related to just the general DSP channel views. The coolest one is DSP Gaming November 2022. Videos with less than 1,000 views is 68 out of 189, which is 35%. And videos with less than 2,000 views is 161 out of 189, which is 85%. This was the most the best statistic that he managed to get.
Yeah, so
based on the
think
views.
about
And
that.
there's a lot of other ones.
It's like, so real
I can
quick.
post them on Twitter or something after that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, this is 85% less than 2,000 views.
Yeah. And I also like the stat about which percent is views from that month and which produces, Begacy views, right? Like that's a big percentage too, wasn't it? I can't remember exactly. But like most of his views by far his views come from his old shit, right? I believe I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and find that out. Just give me a second.
That's amazing, that then. If most of his views are coming from his old stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Who's still watching that? Who's still like, do you know what? I want to see Phil's original playthrough of Mass Effect 2.
You know what? I bet it's
God,
mostly
you know.
us. I bet it is mostly us people trying to make shit.
Like Pig Go stuff.
Yeah. Pig Go's the biggest farmer of views for Phil. Like literally.
So when he looks at his like analytics and it says like off-site link.
Yeah.
He breaks down where you people come from. It's going to be Pig Go's like 70% of his views.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's good. Give and take. It's good and bad. Go ahead, Aqua.
One of DSP's most viewed videos in the last like 6 months is probably that daily rap where he left his WWE champions on.
July 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that in here now.
There we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is, hold on, let me just check. So total views, 696,000. New videos, that's views on new videos, 270,000.
So that's
38%. In old videos, 425,000, 61%. It's incredible.
That many's a lot.
It must just be the volume of videos.
When you have that many
This is,
videos.
I think, just for November, I think.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So he's still getting 200,000 views a month though from new shit. That sounds like high though. If it's every video is getting 2,000 views, right? Well, there's some that go more.
I don't know really.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot though. But anyways, it's all about And by the way, he's not hiding that video. Thanks, Dark Angel Storm. It'd be so simple for Phil just to put that video in private. I guess that'd be admitting you're right, but just watching it also admits you're right. So like, it's kind of a tough spot, I guess. But what's interesting though about the numbers there is that this shows that I really don't think Phil's goal should be to get more people to watch. I think you got to keep it where it is now. That's why the interviews isn't going to happen for me. I think that's one of the reasons, because he doesn't want more people to watch it. I mean, you don't want more people to see the product that's going out right now, because it is literally, guys, the worst streamer on the internet. There's no redeeming factors, and you also get the bonus begging, which is actually a negative. So it's the good point, Azonic. 200,000 views per month, 3 pay pigs, and 10 chatters. That's the stream.
But like, that's like, given his subs,
you also have to take into consideration the video that is highlighted on his channel. So when you click on his channel, a video plays automatically. That video always gets inflated views. People don't actually watch it.
That's true.
They just kind of, it gets played for them.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, even that changes, because that's normally like his first video from a like whatever new playthrough he's doing. It's never a, hey, welcome to the channel. This is what I do here. I'm Phil. Blah, blah. It's not an intro video. It's always just like the first video for whatever new series he's playing. So
yeah,
that must be like a significant contributor to his new views through the month. And if that's a significant contributor, and you can't sort of like build on that, grow it elsewhere, that's really bad. I get 200,000 subscribers he's got. The majority of them. Do you remember when I said like 90 to 95%? I'm going like 98%. 99% of them have to be dead accounts. Because if that many videos are getting less than 2,000 views, it's shocking. It's really bad for someone in his position after 14 years.
How about view time? That's the stats I want to know. Because that's gotta be atrocious. Atrocious. Am I going to watch part 4 of Disney Dreamlight Valley? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that person at home. Whew, tough day at work. Another day in the mines. Let's go to my YouTube for some entertainment. Okay, first to go to DSP Gaming. Oh, Daily Wrap. Okay, I don't want to watch that yet. I'm going to watch some entertainment first. Next, Dreamlight Valley Part 5. Ursula's Curse, and it's really chill. He did he uppercase chill, though, so that's good.
I didn't know curses could be chill.
Oh, he did use an exclamation point.
Something that I brought up in a previous episode was how a certain part of a playthrough, let's say part 15, would get a certain amount of views, and part 16 would get more views. I think that is kind of clear to me why it happens, because some people click on the video and skip to the end just to see how much money he made to know if they should laugh at him or not.
Yeah.
That's the trolls doing that stuff. I'm pretty certain that's the case, because there's some videos that the difference between the views is like in the hundreds.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense unless I think about it like that.
Yeah, because I'm guilty of that for sure. Like, if I'm like, all right, do I want to see, is there any salt going to be coming here? If you know he's over $150, there's no salt. It's just clown mode. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, I'm out of there. There's no point to watch that. Clown mode is the worst mode. But that's an interesting point. I did set up the question tab for Aqua Teal if you want to get in the question action before we finish up here in about 30 minutes or less. I do want to ask question style comments, the Q&A tab. Guys, you do have to go to the tab there, so be sure of that. I do want to ask Aqua Teal, what is your favorite, big question here, what's your favorite going back in the history of DSP? Is there one kind of saga that is your favorite? One, you know what I mean when I say saga, of course, kind of storyline that is your favorite from your history of watching Phil?
The Burger King saga, hands down.
Burger.
He ranted about that fucking burger for a year.
No one complains there.
It's on the apology board for a reason.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. I've erased a few off there. Oh, no, Burger King. Oh, I gotta add Burger King. Oh, I gotta add that. That'll be there next month.
Burger King apology, yeah.
Gotta be up there.
Because I on my old channel, I had a series of videos of each time he bitched about that fucking burger.
How long did he have it in his OBS settings as well? Because that was when he'd started like putting pictures up. Of, playing Elden Ring and pictures.
Change scenes to the burger scene. Hang on, guys.
Yeah.
Hang on. Click, 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 click. Look
It's not as disgusting as this. The picture of the
burger. Like his joke with the what's it called? Non-snoring thing. And he thought it was so funny to show that too. Oh my God, so hilarious. So funny. Comedic timing of a sloth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of the OBS thing, though, I think he has a certain photo of an E3 coverage that he did in like 2019 or something in his OBS still, because one day he played it accidentally and it was kind of funny. So no wonder he keeps the Burger King thing there. I also wanted to bring up something we didn't talk about at length. The motherfucker bought a new monitor.
Oh, yes.
As he was barely getting by last month.
Yeah.
I did not know he'd done that.
Yeah, it was such a quick mention. It just kind of was one mention, less than $200. He made sure we knew that. He did say less than $200, guys. Please, less than $200. This doesn't mean I have money. I'm not poor, by the way. But
yeah, I like how he's like, I'm not poor, but then like the other day he's like, I'm poor. I'm like, so are you poor or not?
You never know. Yeah, so what's this monitor for, though? Because I don't remember him saying that. Like, what does he need this new monitor for? I think we know his setup pretty well. He has the chat monitor, the I don't know, what else is there, actually?
His computer is over there, and I know, he uploads on that, I guess.
Well, maybe it's for his computer, who's way off to the side there. He needs two monitors for that computer, I'm guessing. I don't know, but why would he? Like,
it'll be that. He'll have seen somebody else, like another YouTuber, with two monitors and thought, I need two monitors.
Yeah. Real YouTuber needs two monitors.
He did have two monitors to begin with, even though that PC doesn't need two monitors because he barely uses it. It's not like he does actually something actively on that PC.
Oh, the backlight of the thank you, Bank Leaks. The backlight of the monitor died. That's why he had to get a new one, I guess. Backlight's dying a lot over there.
Yeah, it's almost like smacking your monitor or your TV. Doesn't fix anything.
yeah. It's when good point, Richard Young. It's when he edits those videos, he really uses that. So that video editing he does, which is really classic. I wonder.
That's how he knows that secrets is worthless.
Yeah, he knows exactly.
I wonder if one of them's like a monitor for cat, and he's just using this as an excuse.
Oh, the cat monitor.
Yeah,
that's a good Teal theory there. Where the cat monitor.
The Switch is a business expense. It's business related. He still has it.
Still has it.
But she's got an account on there. You know, she plays.
She also has an account on his PS5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you remember when he did that as well? He was trying to like upgrade. I think was it Sekiro? Or,
No, it was Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. Trying to upgrade that to the PS5 version. He couldn't because he'd been playing on Cat.
Yeah.
And he on his account couldn't do. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
So he was begging for money to play Ghost of Tsushima, but he was playing Cat's version. So it's like, where did that money for that game go, DSP?
To Scopely.
Oops.
Yeah.
You know where that went. Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Come on, brother. Pull me, brother.
You've only got a week to get hold of these 24-inch
Somebody should
pythons,
buy
brother.
DSP a wrestling buddy.
Oh God.
Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy.
Care package. Send it to him.
Give him finally got something to hold in his arms when he falls asleep.
Give him like a D20 too, and give him like $20. Like, he wants to roll this D20, and then give a payday bar too, and say that
Hey,
payday
that's
bar.
our copyright infringement there. That's ours.
Dude, we can make a sick care package that's full of all the tractor shit, and like try to sneak it by. I shouldn't be talking about this on the show because I know you're watching, Phil. Hey, what's up, man? Big fan, bro. Big fan, not gonna lie.
Thanks for stopping saying groupthink.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some questions. Before I do that, though, I do have to play something. It's super silly. I mean, it's totally silly. I don't know why we do it anymore. It's so silly. But here we go. 100 likes. I'll let you know when it's over, boys, listening in the room. Here we go.
I actually don't think clicking like on a live stream helps at all. So it really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it.
Okay, there you go. 100 like bubble blow for you. Something silly we do. Please don't take away your likes because that's Here's the question. Aqua Teal, we're going to ask you some questions here. I'll keep the interesting ones. What do you think about Kat's relationship with DSP? Is there love there? Is there a business relationship there? What are your thoughts there, Aqua?
Oh, I have a lot of thoughts.
Please. That's why we're here.
On one hand, I'm like conflicted because I'm like, he talks mad shit about her, like when she's not watching or not listening or whatever. Like he talks mad shit about her on stream. Like she implies that she's too dumb to drive in the snow. Like, you know, he says things like that. Or, you know, he takes her to Burger King for her birthday. Like, that's not, like, you know, and it's like, that's not the actions of a loving husband, you know? And it's like, and on her end, we can't really judge Kat because we know next to nothing about her, and that's by design.
Mm-hmm.
So the only things we know about Kat are things we found out before she locked her internet down and what DSP tells us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of hard to judge what Kat feels about him. Like, you know, I know there's the gold digger aspect too. Like, she's with him because, you know, gold digger. And there's also other, like, things too. Like, oh, she's with him because, you know, she's what was it, the term? Hobosexual. There's that aspect too. Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah. Homosexual is like you're sleeping with someone just to get a roof over your head. That's what that is.
That's up there with significant mother.
Yes, that's up there. That's a great one.
And then he talks mad shit about her cooking too. So I'm like, DSP, do you actually love this woman? Because you're madly disrespecting her on your streams all the time.
That's the one that gets me too. Is this the total disrespect? Every time when someone breaks, we have to know it's not him, it's her. You know, just it's so easy to say vacuum broke. You know.
Yeah, it's always her fault. Like, you know, and it's like nothing's ever his fault. He did everything correct. You know, like, you know. So it's like when the shower broke, it was her fault. You know. And it's like
in those circumstances, it's always she didn't know what to do. She had to go and get him. So she's always just sort of like stood there vacantly looking at like the garbage disposal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the image we have, you know? Yeah.
That's the thing too, is like, do we even know that's actually what happened? Because DSP is a fucking liar. So we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, is that actually what happened? So you have to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah. And all we know is what he said. It makes her seem like an idiot when he could be very well be DSP's like, what do I do with this dishwasher? Paper plates? Who knows? And just throw them in, And like, oops, that didn't work. Who's gonna blame this on? It has to be Kat.
Have you ever caught her on mic? Because you do occasionally get these moments where he'll nip out, and if you boost audio, you can hear them talking. Have you ever, Aqua? Have you ever caught
I know
them?
there was one. I think Ann Lee caught where he went and he accidentally spilled seltzer on his pants, and he forgot to turn his mic off. And and he's like, "Oh my god, I spilled water on my pants." And she's like, "I don't care." And then and then there was like muffled things, and the only other legible thing you could hear in that was, "I don't care."
There's also this one when he talks to her like she's Jasper.
Oh god, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna
I
say.
think he would get from work this soon.
Yeah. He does that high voice.
Viewing them wires.
I know you're gonna get here this soon. Oh, you're here this soon. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's when he talks to Jasper, it's already cringe. But talking to your wife like that, man, that is like disrespectful level, man. That's how you talk to kindergartners.
Oh, no, see, that one I think was shock. I think he genuinely didn't expect it to be home, and he was genuinely surprised. I think that I remember that one. He was like, he heard her come in and checked, and he was like, "Oh, you're back." I think he genuinely thought, "I've got like another hour or two, so once the stream's done, I've probably got enough time for a quick wank." And was quite surprised to see her there. Yeah. A quick scratch of me leg.
Yeah. We all have time for that. I mean, I've been doing that the whole show. To be honest. Anyways, next question.
Chu sat opposite you as well.
Sorry,
and to get back to the point, I'm like, we can't really have a clear picture on Kat because it only, like I said, the only thing we have on Kat is DSP making her look like a fucking retard. So it's like hard to judge what she is actually like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we do have like her old
sister's
streams.
perspective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do have that.
Her sister's perspective definitely not glowing, with some gems such as our mom had her in the toilet, and
that's
I didn't know that.
That's something. Yeah.
That's like it's something. Those clips are something.
Yes. Subscribe to
And,
her.
that clip.
apparently she got Asperger's. She's high functioning individual, and also her sister dissed her makeup, which was the funniest thing. For me.
Well, I don't think Jenna's in any position to be dissing anybody else's makeup, but
It's just like that.
She does get guys to put on makeup for her, if you know what I mean.
She got skincare.
She does have skincare. Yes. Kid Flint might know about the color of that skin. That skincare. That's a chat. That's
there are just as I briefly rewrap. There are like moments where he will occasionally say something, and he's saying it because he thinks it is completely normal, and it just reveals like how abnormal their relationship is, because to no other person is it normal. Like say about the sleeping in different rooms or whatever. There's occasional moments of those are the things that like we use to infer about their relationship because he's saying them that way and they're really painting things differently. So I'm struggling to think of an example, but it might be like the stuff like, no, I don't ask her like what she talks about at work because why would I? She's at work and I don't care, and it's like, that's not normal.
No.
There's a couple of instances of that. There was like, what is Kat's favorite show? I don't know. I don't know.
Those sort of things.
What's her favorite holiday? I don't know. Christmas? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he makes it about himself. Like, my favorite holiday is Christmas.
Yeah. Great question. What's Kat's favorite holiday? I don't fucking know. Back to my history with Christmas. Okay.
2,000 years ago in a place called Bethlehem.
All right, dude. Cool. Guess you really wanted that runway. Okay. But yeah, good. I agree with Aqua though. We all make assumptions about, Kat because of what we know, but we really don't know. Most of what we know is what Phil says. So, and what he says is most of the time very, very loosely linked to the truth. So just keep that in mind for sure when judging the lovely Catherine Burnell. Next question for here. Let's do a few more. Aqua Teal, do you think Phil messages the whales behind the scenes, and what do those kind of messages entail? Do you have any? Because remember, I know you've noticed he has more of this kind of get up from the seat, leave the stream for a little bit, and then come back. What's your insight on this? Is he contacting whales about it's a bit slow, need some help today? Anything like that?
Well, on his Discord, that's not a Discord. I'm assuming he's talking to them on that.
True.
Yeah, because he's so inconsistent about that. Like, I've never used Discord. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I've always had a Discord. I'm like, well, which is it? Like,
You're an idiot because you didn't know what it was for. You said he had a Discord, but he had a Discord for talking to business opportunities. Okay. You have so many of those.
Yeah, okay, whatever, DSP.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the business opportunities that he doesn't get.
But yeah.
Yes. But he doesn't want either. He doesn't want them either, guys. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, he does have that pathological assistance that everyone emails him. Like, so I'm assuming that's how he contacts his whales along with the Discord, because he with Snorlax King, like, he contacted Snorlax King through emails.
Yep. And we know
like,
that, yeah. And then
Yep,
write fucking paragraphs and pages when he's pissed.
Yep.
When he's pissed. That's the only reason he does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I think he uses both Discord and emails to contact the whales. In the case of Snorlax King, he was very displeased that Snorlax King hadn't showed up for a couple streams. He's like, "Hey, bro, where are you? I need your money." Like,
Yeah, you're right, because he did notice that you weren't there and said like, "Hey, where you been? It's been a while, bro. I wonder how many of those emails go out a day. Think about that, man. I love our chat, but I'm not emailing anybody when they don't show up for a few weeks. That's kind of."
That's creepy.
No wonder.
Hey, Killer Grooves, you weren't here for 2 weeks. What's up, man? I don't do that. I love you, Killer Grooves, but that's disrespect for you, I think, if I did that. But go ahead, Steve.
It's why he don't do anything, because he's spending all his time writing emails. You'd be like, Phil, what's your favorite show? Oh, I don't watch TV shows. We're all going, fucking, what do you mean you don't watch TV shows? And the reality is he spent like 3 hours writing emails to people going, why aren't you coming back? I need your money.
Well, there's a
I
couple
can't
times...
read a book, you fucking idiots. I read emails from papers.
Well, there's a couple times where he said that he couldn't had to start the stream late because he had to write business emails. I wonder if some of those business emails were actually emails to whales saying, "Hey, come during this time, like, come tip during this time period."
Yeah, like it's scary to think about. Next question.
Oh, big up Nutter for pointing out he never set up a Discord. His fans did.
So he doesn't
have a Discord.
And I love what he says. New holiday style emotes I set up. You set up.
Yeah.
You set up, you motherfucker.
We got some new animations.
Yeah. That operates a household, same level. I operate a household, set up new animations that other people make for me.
That's another thing that bugs me too. Is he doesn't pay his pay pigs that give him the money or the screens for the slideshow or the emotes or anything like that. He doesn't pay them. Like, why not just offer them some money, like, for their time and effort? Like, that's just common. That's I don't know. Maybe that's just me speaking common sense.
Look,
but
he was ill that day. He had the shit, so he couldn't attend the meeting that he'd set up with respect to Pack.
Yeah. You know the problem there, Aqua Teal. You never asked me to pay you. How am I supposed to
How are they supposed to know?
You want money for work? Go ahead, Meerkat.
During the Project 7 thing, he was also bragging about making the t-shirts, even though all he had to do is call the t-shirt place. That people told him to call beforehand and just order the t-shirts. And he was like owning it up as this massive responsibility he had to do, as people were actively editing his own video for him.
Hey, that takes a long time. He has to get the PDF. He has to upload it. He has to send it to the t-shirt printing company. That's a lot of work.
Man, that's so
He has to do the marketing campaign, such as making a video talking about what he's gonna do and publishing it on his own channel.
Yep.
Takes so much effort, man.
You'll give him a shout out.
Yeah, I'll give you a shout
out. Just like the movers.
I give you a shout out on 200 subscriber channel. And he is living in fucking Washington. It's not like it's a nationwide mover company, by the way. Oh, man.
Oh, God. Derek Bots are here.
Oh, God. Take care.
Well done,
take care of it, boys. Well. All right. Next question for you, Aqua Teal. A few more here before we end up. How annoying is it when Phil tries to be an expert on Canadian things and Canadian culture? And Canadian Great question.
I think you guys probably know this by now, but the way he pronounces Newfoundland pisses me the fuck off.
Is it Newfoundland?
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. They just found it.
Look,
They just didn't look it on the map.
I had to sit through Wegon and Swansea City.
Swansea, yeah. I feel like Melee's picked up in use here in the melee. I love the melee combat, but then sometimes he says it correctly, melee, but he says like melee sometimes too.
Oh yeah. There was remember when I was editing the Yakuza 7, This Is How You Don't Play that I abandoned. There was several instances where people were tipping and going, Malay, Malay, Malay has tipped.
I found another double T. You know, like we got Twitter.
Yeah.
I've noticed better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, better.
Malay combat. Here's a classic question we get asked a lot, so we won't answer this time. But Aqua Teal, what do you think is going to be the end of DSP? How's it going to go out? Whimper, with a bang? How do you think it might end?
I think he's going to die on stream.
Oh, I got so much flack for saying something similar the other day.
Yeah. Okay, that's a fair guess. I'm not saying that. Not saying it's not possible. What do you think was the worst moments of his first Final Fantasy VII playthrough?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember it, to be honest. Very specific question. I thought maybe you have some insight.
The first one or the one he did recently?
The first one, the OG, original gamer. The original gamer.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Final
so the
Fantasy
one
VII.
he did recently.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the one he did recently. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that... that part, I'm pissed off because my stream cut out during this part, but there was this part where Cloud and Barrett were talking, and Barrett was telling Cloud, here's your compensation, and DSP's like, yeah, and here's a coupon for Church's Chicken. And I was like, what?
I gotta find that
and then
one.
I was just like, oh my god, like he actually said that, and I'm like, I was pissed off because my stream cut out at that point, and it didn't capture it. And I said when I came back, I told my stream, like, you know, what happened, and they were like, what? And somebody in the stream chat confirmed it. They went to Raw DSP and they heard it themselves and say that, oh my god, that's legit, like, you know. Because there was that.
I was definitely, because I'm looking into making the African American version of the short I just did with the Asian style version. Because there is plenty of material for the African American style version. Because oh god, it's scary the amount. Ching Chang Chong is like a sub character on his channel. Go ahead, Aqua Teal.
Yeah. I was gonna say I made a video about that a couple months ago. I call it DSP hates its stationaries, and that clip is in there.
Okay, I might steal it.
I was watching that shot, and I was like, I'm sure half of these are from Sleeping Dogs.
It's crazy how much it does, though.
There.
They're all over the place. Sleeping Dogs. Oh no, because the worst one comes out when Panda's there too. And Panda's saying jokes.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, because Panda's saying jokes, but like DSP doesn't like when she's saying jokes, so he tries to talk over her. So he just says like more racist jokes. Like that's his way to get around it. Like, I'll try to be funnier. How do I be funnier? You see it clicking in his head. How can I be funnier? More racist stuff. Pork fried rice. Brilliant. That's his idea, you know? Oh, there's food. Pork fried rice. Okay, makes sense. You can see the comedic timing is just coming out. It's incredible. Let's do one more question. Go ahead, Steve.
Quickly, somebody in chat mentioned, can we read the DSP's newest tweet? So I've brought it up.
Yes, please.
It's time for more horror fun! Exclamation mark. First, I have to, again, capitals, disprove a lot of the nonsense being said about the Callisto Protocol on the Level 1 podcast. Brackets, I swear, capitals, I'm not getting sponsored. And then we dive back into the game for more survival action.
Hold
so
on.
clearly, this is still on his mind.
Hold on.
This dude is the ultimate dick rider, man. He would dick ride corporations for absolutely no reason other than being a contrarian. Yeah. This dude is fucking insane.
Except if it's
when
Nintendo.
He finishes the game, he's gonna have the same opinions as those people that didn't like it.
Yep.
The people with the actual educated opinions because they played through the whole game.
Yes.
Oh.
What is that? Go through that
asshole.
part. I swear I'm not getting sponsored. What was that again?
Yeah. I have to disprove a lot of nonsense being said about the Callisto Protocol on the Level 1 podcast. I swear I'm not getting sponsored. I guess because he's defending it and everybody else is critical.
Oh, so
guys,
he thinks people thinks he's getting sponsored to say that? Oh yeah, I'm sure that's very likely. Whoa, everyone's talking shit about our game. How can we get around this? Let's get DSP money, and then he's gonna talk about it good. Great idea, guys. Great idea. This will save the game. This will save the game, guys. We get DSP to talk about it in a positive way. Super positive. Anyways.
Can you imagine sort of like watching it and thinking, do you know what? He's right. I'm going to go try the Callisto Protocol now.
Yeah, I know.
Like the devs, thanks to DSP, I've started playing the Callisto Protocol.
Oh, yeah. This is brilliant visionary of gaming, DSP.
This isn't like those disaster movies when the moon is about to crash into the earth. You call that one dude that icon of like space exploration or whatever. This is the same thing. Our game is failing. Call DSP. Ring up DSP. Get him on the phone.
That's like the last person on the list. I mean, let's get real. If they have a list of people you can't work with, he's on that list, you know? Like any marketing company has him on the list. Like just don't mess with it. Don't do it. It's bad, you know? And it's funny. Let's get last two questions here. I want to ask you, Aqua Teal, any favorite clips that, you know, this person says made you can't stand Phil? But I guess that's a good question, though. What you were going to start with the disc that you don't play. Were you an instant detractor, should I say? Did you know right away that you never watched Phil like for the fun of it, or you know the way it's intended? Were you first time you saw him, you knew it was a lolcow, and I want to, you know?
No, I've been watching for years. Like I've been in detract. Like I was in LSB streams and Ancient Proper streams and stuff. I just never talked.
Okay.
Like
okay.
And I'm just like, okay, I finally make a channel and I'll start making this is how you don't play.
Uh-huh.
So it just kind of evolved from there.
Okay, so you were never like a fan of Phil, I should say. You kind of
no, I was never a fan of Phil.
Okay, cool.
So what was your in then? What was like the first moment? Was it because a lot of people it's the down the rabbit hole? So what was
or the incident or that kind of thing. If you were
yeah.
before that,
So-
I'm interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So years and years ago, this is like back in the late 2000s ish. It was kind of like two things at the same time. I was actually following Chris Chan back in the late 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was comparing this Dark Side Phil guy to Chris Chan. So I'm like, okay. So I went and looked up to Dark Side Phil or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, you know. And then I was talking to some guys I know that were in the FGC in the area I lived in at the time. And they brought him up. And I was like, oh my God, it's that guy. Like, how do you... And I was like, you guys... Yeah, I know. But yeah, they were talking shit about him. So that his fame spread to like buttfuck nowhere Canada. Congratulations, DSP. You have people in buttfuck nowhere Canada talking about how shitty of a fighting game person you are. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I think he had just started YouTube at that point. So I don't know. Like, you know, I don't think he had that rep yet.
Yeah.
So it was mostly FGC talk. Like, you know. So...
Well, yeah, he was already disliked at that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, up there in the Great White North with a certain Derek character. How does that feel to be in the same country as that man?
I'm as far away from him as I can possibly get.
Good call. That's right way to be. DWO is growing. They're getting more scary by the week.
I have a quick question though for Aqua Teal. Since you said you were watching Chris Chan stuff, how does DSP compare to Chris Chan? What comparison can you make? Like what are they similar in?
They both lack self-awareness. They both think they're gods. They're gods. God, like, you know, they can't do shit wrong.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'm stumbling over my words here, but you know.
We got it. Yeah.
But they think they're the shit. You know, and they don't do anything wrong. They think that what they put out is the greatest content that got on God's green earth. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
They, you know, in Chris Chan's cartoons are like, you know, 5th grade level, if even that. And DSP's content is like, no, dude. Like, you know, you don't even edit your shit. Like, you know.
Yeah,
they both think their content are masterpieces. Like, you know. So it's that's the they both have large narcissism component to them.
I think that's fair. I guess
fair enough.
Last question for you comes from our very own dentist, Fantastic Mr. Sam. Aqua Teal, can you please explain Sonichu to Sam? Go ahead.
Please be
Oh,
gentle
boy.
with him.
Yes.
Oh boy. Sonichu is the electric hedgehog Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it sounds like very Derek-esque here. Give us the fact.
Yeah, he's Chris Chan's OC, who he got a zap to the extreme with him, and he thinks that he's an OC, do not steal, like, you know, and he has a made up girlfriend named Rosa Chu, who's like an amalgamation of Amy Rose and a Sonic character. I don't know, or a Pokemon or whatever. I don't fucking know. But anyways, Sonic 2 is a self-insert, which is weird because Chris Chan even writes himself in his own comics, so it's like self-insert times 2. Okay.
I think
we need to get a bunch of people together and walk Sam through this.
Yes.
Yeah. So these comics are basically Chris Chan venting out his vengeance against his college administrator for like allegedly treating him wrong or something, or a dude that allegedly stole a girlfriend who was never his girlfriend. Like it was just, and it's
the guy who banned him from GameStop.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. We could. Sam has enough. If you want to go further, Sam, it's always there waiting for you.
Yeah. I would like to discourage him by giving him a not very mild spoiler. Spoiler: Chris ends up finding the woman of his dreams in his own mom. So don't look for any further info. That's all you have to know. The soulmate is his actual significant mother.
Yes, actual.
Actual.
All you need to know is that
she was kind of confused. So that's all you need to know.
Okay. There's a panel in Chris Chan's comic book. Oh, there's a panel in one of Chris Chan's comic books where Sonichu and Rosachu are talking about 69ing. I am not making this up.
All right, we gotta end it. We gotta shut it down. Shut it down.
On one day, the words "Chris Chan did what" trended on Twitter, and there's a reason for that. You don't want to know that reason. Just take that.
Okay, I'm gonna end this here using my power as the host style host to end this one here. We're going to end there. Aqua Teal, it was a great time talking to you and learning more about your detracting history and all your great content. I know I'm going to put your link in the chat, but everyone that's watching us, I know, definitely knows about all you do. What can we look forward to in the future? I know you always want to be clipping the funny stuff, but anything else you want to share with us? Now's your chance.
Well, I'll just be clipping as usual. I don't think I have any projects. I have a long list of abandoned projects. Maybe I'll go back to some of them someday. Maybe that Yakuza 7, This Is How You Don't Play, maybe one of them. I don't know. But other than that, I'll be around clipping.
Awesome.
And thank you for having me on the stream.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely want to get you on here. And thanks so much. I'll give the final words around the table, of course. The logical style host. What are the final words, Steve?
Yeah, as somebody who's used Aqua Teal's videos in mine, I'd say thanks. You do.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks, everybody watching.
Artistic style host, Meerkat.
Yeah, same for me. Also, shout out to J-Dog for the super chat. He's projecting when he's talking about streamers and their e-peens, of course.
Oh,
Big ups Aqua Teal. Yeah, he's projecting more than most cinemas that I know. So, yeah. Big ups Aqua Teal. Thanks for joining us for this meaningful discussion, interaction, and stream. And see you guys next time. Subscribe to everything.
Subscribe to it, everything.
Bye.
I do have to read through the contributions, I believe. I did say I was going to do that. So I do want to do that. Here we go. Thanks so much. I'm going to read through the contribution, the positivity here. So if you want to go, totally understandable. But if you want to stick around, please do. Aqua Teal, you can feel free to leave or stay with us. Whatever you want to do is totally cool. But here we go. Meerkat took care of the last one. Paul J. Brazel, $2 saying, Kat's birthday is 1 day and Phil's birthday is 1 week. And that is very true. Birthday week is such a big event. But Kat's birthday can't even go to the restaurant she wants to go to. You get a fucking ka-ching, bitch.
She didn't even get a present. She didn't even get a present on her birthday.
$1,000 on Champions. Not a present for your birthday. Here's an extra sauce packet. Get out of here. Next up, $2. VLX 11387. 6 inches of snow in Seattle. Alert! 6 inches of snow in Seattle. Yeah. That snow was pretty funny. Got to take he wanted to be so proud of that too. By the way, Phil, he has to let everyone know he's doing this great deed. You know, again, this very charitable Catholic man wants to hide his contributions, but he has to make sure you fucking know why he's going to be 5 minutes late for the stream because he has to be this, Mr. Husband guy. Anyways, Klaus Mystery.
So Cat's getting 6 inches.
On a good day with it snowing enough. Gamer weather comes in hot here. Klaus Mystery, that's it. He has hung around Twitter for too long. That's definitely true. He's on Twitter too much. It's just meaningless. Anyway, let's get deep into that. Larry B, here's one for the Phil Norm versus outrageously abnormal. What 40-year-old man says, man, I just want to chill and have fun? Good point. What married man with a family expects to have days where you don't have to do anything? You know, I'm not trying to be this kind of elitist dude. I'm a parent dude. But like when you have kids and they're a certain age, you don't have those times where you can do whatever the fuck you want that much. It's very rare. You know, it's a weird explanation. He thinks this makes him more human. You know, like, oh, I'm just so busy. I have no time to do anything. But that's kind of like normal life, adult life, kind of, you know? But anyways, you got that too quick with the 5 hours in Meerkat's voice. We already took care of that one. And Tomion, Jordan, Nose Vacuum saying, oh, we have music style DSP Wave now, Meerkat. DSP Wave.
DSP Wave, there we go.
I love
Snort
it.
Wave.
Snort Wave is the record you want to be subscribed to, my friends. Thanks so much.
Record label.
Record label.
If you're talented enough, one day you might get signed. But just keep wishing, keep dreaming.
And thanks so much for Grunt for re-upping your membership. That's all from me. Thank God I don't have to do that every week because I hate that shit. I'm glad I see why that's Meerkat's job. I love all the contributions, but I don't want to ruin people's names and stuff. I hate that. Anyways, let's get out of here while we still can. Aqua Teal, legend. Meerkat, legend. Steve, legend. I am just a lowly host. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you this week for the call-in show. Maybe another show. You know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And see you in the next one. Thanks, Aqua Teal.
Bye.
Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped
Sweet.
cash.
We are
The
done.
money I'll have
Thanks,
is
boys.
tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, you know, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet.
To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills.
I have to pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill.
I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills, bitch. Pay Ben
taxes.
I have to pay Ben bills, bitch.
Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better. But kind of stuck right now with how things are. That's why I'm trying to make
money. I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben
taxes.
Bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to.
If you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home. See, I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
That is business related, and I do still have it.
It's WWE champion time.
Go, 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 go.
It's the money, stupid fuck.
I love it. Go, 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 go. By eBay.
Hell!
It's been tough. I always think that it's my fault.
Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic.
I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretched.
Oh, no, you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
For now?
Go, 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 go.
It's the money, stupid fuck.
I love it. Go, 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 go.
By eBay.
Hell!